Are finding a new purpose as tasty snacks for hungry Massachusetts goats. This farm in Townsend accepts used Christmas tree donations from area residents. And when they arrive, the owner says the goats' eyes light up like a kid on Christmas. The goats just attack the trees. They devour them. Last year, the farmer received about 200 trees, and this year, they'll spread the wealth. They're sharing extras with other farms with hungry mouths tomorrow or New Year's Day because of football, so we'll see you back here on Thursday.
But we will have a 5 and a 6, just a
That's
4.
Right.
Just a 4.
So an early Happy New Year from the folks at Live at 4. We'll see you back here on Thursday. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.
And right now at 5, an investigation is underway in Rock County after a body is found in the Rock River.
And the former Jefferson County deputy accused of breaking into homes of families who were at funerals is in court. We'll have the latest.
Plus, we have team coverage from California as Badger fans and players get ready for the New Year's Day matchup between Wisconsin and Oregon.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 5.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for staying with us at 5. We'll join Eric momentarily out in California. A wintry mix and wind could create some problems for your evening commute tonight.
We have team coverage of the weather with meteorologist Dana Fulton and Jamie Perez, who is keeping an eye on the road conditions. Let's start with Dana, who has your first alert forecast.
Winter weather advisory is in effect now for most of southern Wisconsin as this light snow is just starting to pick up. It's always less than ideal when the snow is coming down during our evening commute, so the roads could be a little slick in spots around Dane County. Right now, most of the slick spots are a little further north into Sauk County and stretching towards Camp Douglas. This accumulating snowfall is going to pick up this evening. A live look at our high-resolution Doppler showing some light flurries towards Stoughton, just southeast of Madison right now, and towards Janesville, where visibility is still fine. But as this snow picks up and as the wind picks up tonight, visibility will be reduced significantly for this evening and heading into early tomorrow morning. The good news, though, it is an overnight event, so for your Tuesday morning, don't plan on things being too messy outside. But we'll take a closer look at those accumulation totals and what we're expecting for New Year's Eve in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thank you. As Dana was just mentioning, the winter weather advisories continue into this evening, and it might impact your drive home from work.
Our Jamie Perez joins us now with a live update. Jamie, where are you and what are the road conditions like?
Yeah, so right now you are looking at US Highway 12 as we head towards the Dells. There are some light flurries going on right now. We have seen a few snowplows salting the roads along the way here. No crashes to report so far, so that's a good thing. The more north that we go, the more precipitation that we've been seeing. That means wet roads, more snow accumulation on the sides of the roads. One thing to note here, though, is the strong winds that's really blowing the snow around, making visibility a bit more challenging, even though there isn't a whole lot of snow falling right now. I am checking with our radar periodically, and it looks like snow will pick up within about 30 minutes in this area. Again, there are some really light flurries going on right now. We're going to keep trudging along, and we'll hopefully have an update for you within the next hour to show you some more road conditions. But for now, we'll toss it back to you in studio.
All right, Jamie, thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Right now, the Madison Streets Division is saying that it's sending out 32 snowplow trucks to help spread salt and plow the main roads in Madison. 4 other trucks are applying sand to residential parts of the city, but they will not be plowing every street in Madison until there is at least 3 inches of snow or more accumulated on the roads, and if the storm is at or near its end. The department is telling drivers to beware of slippery road conditions tonight and throughout New Year's Eve.
And we will continue to keep you updated on weather conditions and our latest newscast, but you can stay on top of the wintry weather by downloading our News 3 Now weather app. It features radar, hourly forecasts, and first alert traffic to get you to your destination safely. You can download the app in your phone's Play Store for free.
After a body was found in the Rock River. Beloit police say they found the body this morning just before 8 near the Portland Avenue Bridge. Police say the identification of the person is pending at this time. Officers say they do not believe that it is anything criminally suspicious. We'll continue to update you on this developing story on Channel3000.com.
Today, a former Jefferson County Sheriff's deputy appeared in court.
Janelle Garricky is charged with 1 count of burglary after breaking into multiple homes, including some of those who were attending funerals. Our Gabriella Becerra is here now with more information. Gabriella?
Janelle Garricky and her attorney appeared in Jefferson County Court today, and the judge is requiring a $10,000 bond with conditions of no contact with victims or witnesses. The criminal complaint accuses Garricky of entering or attempting to enter private residences of people she had reason to believe were not home, including instances where a deceased person's online obituary listed the homeowner as surviving relatives along with the date and time of services.
That charge is a Class F felony, and if you were convicted, could subject you to a fine of not more than $25,000 or imprisonment for not more than 12 years, 6 months, or both. Do you understand the nature of that charge, ma'am, and the possible penalties?
Yes, Your Honor. Plank goes on to say that if Garricky was confronted by someone, she would say she was there to complete a Facebook marketplace transaction. Garricky waived her right for a preliminary hearing, and she is scheduled to be back in court in February.
Gabby, thank you. A puppy injured after reportedly being thrown from a vehicle on a Madison street is recovering tonight at the Dane County Humane Society. The Humane Society says the 2-month-old dog named Kringle was found by a Good Samaritan after she saw him being thrown out of a window of a moving car on Park Street. The DCHS Animal Medical Services team discovered Kringle had a fractured front right leg that was so severe it had to be amputated. Following a successful amputation surgery, Kringle is now recovering with a loving foster family.
With these guys is they're so resilient that they can learn quickly and adapt to anything. And I've already heard from his foster mom that Kringle here is already mastering stairs, running up and down.
Once he's fully healed, Kringle will return to the Humane Society in search of a family and a fresh start in the new year. Well, we're less than 48 hours away now from the kickoff of the Rose Bowl game between the Wisconsin Badgers and the Oregon Ducks.
We have team coverage with Kevin Lewis and Eric Franke in California leading up to the granddaddy of them all. Let's start first with Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
Hello. Well, some players have family and friends who are already at the Rose Bowl. Some have family and friends who are already here, and some get to hear about the Rose Bowl at family functions, specifically Wisconsin tight end Jake Ferguson. And it's fair because his grandfather, current Wisconsin athletic director Barry Alvarez, and former Wisconsin head coach has 3 Rose Bowl rings. We caught up with Jake at Media Day this morning to see if he'd disclose any family secrets ahead of Wednesday's kickoff.
Yeah, he's been sliding me some secrets and stuff at family dinners, but I can't disclose that information right now. It's already pretty big that we're here in the first place. Wisconsin has a lot of tradition in the Rose Bowl game, and I think just getting back to the way Wisconsin plays football and just that typical Wisconsin ball would be really nice, and just this opportunity is really all we ask for.
It was also picture day for both teams. Now, you've heard the term herding cats. This was herding Badgers, quite literally. But they all sat still for a couple of shots. It was like the coaches were the parents and the players were the kids running around cheesing. But they got a successful picture anyway. Tomorrow, we get to hear from Wisconsin head coach Paul Chryst and Oregon head coach Mario Cristobal one more time before Wednesday's kickoff at the Rose Bowl. In Pasadena, I'm Kevin Lewis, News 3 Now Sports.
All right, Kevin, thank you. And thousands of fans are gearing up for the big game and a loud pep rally in Los Angeles.
Let's join Eric Franke live with the UW-Madison alumni gathering ahead of the game. Hi, Eric.
Hi, Susan. Hi, Mark. They are ready to erupt here at LA Live. We've got the Badger faithful. They go as far as the eye can see. They have packed LA Live. We've got the Staples Center right here. The Badger fans are everywhere. Now, what we're going to have here is you see the Badger cheerleaders getting ready to come out. The band behind them. The players have just pulled up as well. So this place is really ready to rock. And Susan, as we talked about it, you've been to this a few times, Mark, you as well. This is really what it's all about for these fans. The pep rally, they've moved it around a few different locations through the years, but man, I'll tell you one thing that never changes. The Badger fans always come, they always show up, they always show up in huge numbers, so we're about ready to rock. We'll show you more highlights of this pep rally coming your way next hour on News 3 at 6, but tell you, like always, it's always Camp Randall West in Southern California for Badger Rose Bowl. Mark, Susan, back to you.
Oh, it looks like so much fun.
Yeah, they are having a great time out there. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Kevin. And ahead of the Rose Bowl game, Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers and Oregon Governor Kate Brown are having a friendly wager. Governor Evers is putting a 6-pack of Wisconsin's Spotted Cow on the line and says he is confident that the Badgers will take down the Ducks, while Governor Brown is offering a bottle of Oregon wine. Again, Wisconsin and Oregon face off each other in the granddaddy of them all on New Year's Day at 3 p.m. Our Kevin Lewis, Melissa Kim, Eric Franke will continue to bring you the latest from California ahead of the Rose Bowl game on New Year's Day. You can also stay up to date with what's going on in L.A. and Pasadena on our website, channel3000.com.
Closer to home, Wisconsin election officials have decided to wait for another court decision before deciding what to do about more than 200,000 voters that a judge ruled should be purged in Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Elections Commission met this morning. The judge's ruling this month said the Elections Commission must deactivate the voter registrations of people who were sent a 2019 movers mailing and either did not respond or whose letter was returned as undeliverable.
If you make a wager on an election, you are prohibited from voting. That is actually a disqualifying status under the law. But having an apartment number in one data set and not having an apartment number in a different data set is not a disqualifying reason to take people off the rolls.
If a state appeals court puts the judge's order on hold, no commission action would be required. President Trump's campaign will be holding a rally in Wisconsin. The campaign announced it will take place January 14th at the UW-Milwaukee Panther Arena. The doors for the Keep America Great rally will open at 3 o'clock, and the event will start at 7.
And there's more to come on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, an investigation is underway in Texas after a man opened fire inside the church, killing 2 parishioners.
And coming up tonight at 6, our Rose Bowl coverage continues in California. We'll tell you what you can expect at the historic Rose Bowl Parade. The Parade of Roses, one of the highlights. That's coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Stocks fell on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials off 183 points. The NASDAQ down 61. The S&P 500 lost 19. And we'll be right back.
Don't
Welcome back. The FBI is working with Texas investigators to figure out what motivated a man to shoot and kill 2 people at a church yesterday.
Armed congregants, members of a church security team, confronted the shooter just seconds after he pulled a shotgun from his pants and killed 2 male parishioners. Church members identified the victims as Richard White and Tony Wallace. Volunteer security director Jack Wilson is being called a hero for taking down the gunman inside the West Freeway Church of Christ.
I took out some evil, and that's the way that's the way I'm processing it. Is I took out someone that was evil and had evil intent.
Wilson says the shooter was wearing a fake beard and that he was being watched from the moment he walked into the church. The Texas Attorney General believes security preparations made at this house of worship should be a model to prevent other church shootings.
A man accused of stabbing 5 people during a Hanukkah celebration in New York is now facing additional charges. 37-year-old Grafton Thomas is facing federal hate crime charges for the attack at a rabbi's home where more than 100 Orthodox Jews were gathered to celebrate Hanukkah. Police say Thomas stormed into the house with a machete and stabbed and injured 5 people. According to a criminal complaint, law enforcement found handwritten journals at his home, which included drawings of a Star of David and a swastika. Thomas's attorney says his client is not anti-Semitic.
But there is no suggestion in any of those ramblings and pages of writing of an anti-Semitic motive, of any anti-Semitism.
Regardless of what the motivations are, regardless of what the investigations reveal, the fact of the matter is we cannot sit around and do nothing.
Family members say Grafton Thomas has a long history of mental illness, but has never been violent before.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is headed to Eastern Europe this week, and his first stop is Ukraine, a country at the center of the president's impeachment. Pompeo will meet with the Ukraine president later this week to reaffirm the United States' relationship with the country. The New York Times is reporting Pompeo and 2 others tried to talk President Trump out of withholding military aid to Ukraine in August, with John Bolton telling the president this is in America's interest. The president responded, "Ukraine is a corrupt country. We are pissing away our money."
New reporting shows that there were serious concerns raised by Trump administration officials about the propriety and legality of what the president was doing.
Leaders around the world understand that President Trump and his Secretary of State are focused on the missions that we've set out.
Democrats impeached President Trump because they claim he withheld the military aid in order to have Ukraine investigate former Vice President Joe Biden. After the impeachment in the House, he now faces a trial in the Senate.
Let's get a look now at your first alert weather meteorologist, Dana Fulton, has the latest for us. Dana?
Standing by with a little bit of snow right now. We are expecting to see higher amounts, of course, north of Dane County, but this accumulating snowfall coming through this evening is going to make the roads a little slick, even in the Dane County area where we're not expecting to see quite as much. For the start of 2020 on Wednesday, the weather is going to stay pretty quiet, and by next week, it gets a little colder outside. We've had some very, very mild days, especially this weekend, climbing well above average. We're expecting temperatures to back off just a little bit for the end of the week and heading into next week. Here's a high look at our high-resolution Doppler. Again, the snow really concentrated north of Dane County right now, but we do still have some flurries in Dane and Rock County as we take a little closer look. In Janesville right now, you may see some light flurries, but nothing heavier falling down. In Stoughton, we do have some lighter snow falling around the isthmus, just some light flurries currently. Most of the snow really not building in. It's taken a little bit slower. Our timing's kind of backed up a little bit, and that's really good news. Again, to back up that timing, that means our snowfall totals will kind of creep down a little bit and also won't impact that evening commute quite as much, though those roads still slick north of Dane. For areas south of Madison, anywhere from 1 to 3 inches expected, with lesser amounts closer to the state line. North of that, 3 to 6 inches, and in the northern portion of the state, anywhere from 6 inches to 8 inches of snowfall expected. So we could have just a little bit coming on through tonight. For tomorrow morning, I would give yourself a little extra time. If your car isn't parked in the garage or the carport, you're going to have to dust off just a little bit of snow. It's not going to take a huge effort outside, but 1 to 2 minutes extra would definitely be good for your Tuesday morning commute if you're heading into work early on. Even if you're heading out late this evening, you might want to make sure that you put the brush or the scraper on hand if you're going to have to head back later on once the snow picks on up. So as we look through the rest of this evening, temperature-wise, we're just going to continue to drop. It's below freezing, so this is all snow that's coming on through. The snow continues up until about midnight, and then by then things really shift on on out. For tomorrow morning, we'll start off mostly cloudy. Temperatures will be in the mid-20s for our overnight lows, so a cold start to the day with that snow on the ground for areas further north. It will feel just a little bit colder outside. By the afternoon, though, we get a little bit of clearing, so our skies will steadily become partly sunny from the west to the east. And for your New Year's Eve in the afternoon, it's pretty okay. We're in the close to freezing with that partly sunny sky. Then closer to midnight, temperatures are near 20 degrees. So a chilly start as we ring in 2020, but not too bitterly cold outside by any means. For Wednesday morning, temperatures will be in the teens early. We are expecting some sunshine for Wednesday and no snowfall or rain building in for the first day of 2020. I can't say the same as we look into the weekend, and the rest of the week may have a little more activity moving on in. So for Tuesday, it is going to be a little breezy outside. Breezy also for Wednesday. Notice our temperatures stay above average heading into the new year. By Thursday and Friday, we have high temperatures in the 40s. So this event that's going to develop for Thursday night into Friday will just be rain coming through. For Friday night, that rain tapers off. Saturday, there'll be a small chance for flurries for your weekend, but the weekend looks fairly smooth at about 34 on Saturday for those afternoon highs, upper 20s on Sunday. And that snow chance on Sunday is just some light snow and flurries. Won't be an accumulating event like what we're watching right now. By next week, that colder air really shifts on in. High temperatures will drop back into the 20s. And we're looking at overnight lows falling back into the teens. As far as those road conditions right now, I know we are keeping a very close eye on what's going on with your travel. Here's a look at the Beltline at Park Street. The roads you can see are glistening. That means they're a little wet. So if you need to go just a little slower, definitely a good idea. You don't want to set your cruise control either when we have that precipitation coming on down. The eastbound side of the Beltline slowing down closer to Fish Hatchery Road, and then things pick back up. Westbound really doesn't look too bad right now. 12 stretching all the way up through Baraboo and the Dells should be smooth, and 90-39 if you're taking the interstate down to the state line. A smooth drive this evening. From Janesville to the Beltline, 25 minutes, 17 from Sauk City to Middleton, and from Sun Prairie to downtown, about 16 minutes this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you.
There's more to come on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, the final preparations are underway ahead of the New Year's Eve celebrations in Times Square. We'll take you there after a short break.
For a clear, easy
Preparations are underway in New York City for New Year's Eve celebrations.
Today, event organizers tested the Times Square's New Year's Eve ball. Tomorrow night, 2 New York City science teachers and 2 students will help flip the switch to drop the ball and highlight the issue of climate change.
So this year, as we looked back over the last year, we saw that probably the dominant theme in the news globally was climate change and concern about climate change taking different forms, whether it was fires in Australia or California, or floods, or just the UN summits about the topic.
The ball is illuminated with more than 32,000 LEDs, decorated with 2,688 Waterford crystal triangles, and can display more than 16 million colors and billions of patterns.
Netflix has released its top 10 list of its most popular shows this year. Science fiction horror series Stranger Things 3 topped the list for the most popular series. The Witcher and The Umbrella Academy followed behind. Tidying Up with Marie Kondo, encouraging people to stay neat and organized, was next. Jailbirds, about women in prison, and Music Quizzer Rhythm and Flow were the top 3 for the most popular nonfiction series. For comedy specials, Dave Chappelle, Sticks and Stones, Kevin Hart, Irresponsible, and Gabriel Iglesias, One Show Fits All, are the ones that came out on top. Now, how many of those have you seen and or watched?
The Stranger Things is the only one.
Yeah, that was number 1.
A little behind the times. Anyway, meteorologist Dana Fulton has another check of the weather and is continuing to monitor the roads. That's when we come back.
For a clear, easy to understand forecast, watch First Alert Weather.
CBS Evening News. 5 people stabbed during a Hanukkah celebration. The suspect now facing hate crime charges. What we know tonight and what caused him to attack. Plus, how one famous American university is honoring the achievements of some very special unsung heroes. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
All right, Jane is here keeping an eye on the roads.
Yes, so right now in Madison, no accidents to report actually throughout southern Wisconsin. They're all well up to the north where we're seeing a few traffic congestion spots and accidents. But I do still want to take a live look right now at the Beltline. This is right at Park Street. You can see the roads right now glistening, so there is a little bit of moisture. Some light flurries coming down right now, and that just means a little bit of moisture on the roads makes things a little slick. So if you need to slow down, definitely do so. Also, don't put the cruise control on when the roads are wet. This is an alert day for this evening, as we do have winter weather advisories throughout southern Wisconsin. Dane County included in that. Rock County is not expecting as much snowfall along the state line. This accumulating snow is really going to pick up overnight, and we are expecting snowfall totals anywhere from 1 to 3 inches for most of southern Wisconsin. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. It should be partly sunny by the afternoon. Temperatures will be in the lower 30s for our afternoon highs. For New Year's Day on Wednesday, variably cloudy skies, so a little more clouds and sunshine. Temperatures in the upper 30s for afternoon highs. And this weekend, or by the end of the week, we have another rain event coming in.
All right, that's our time now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock. Be careful out there.